Okay. I think I'm about to be ready. I just need to adjust my sound a bit, and okay, and sound on that one. So okay. So hello, it's Monday, and I am doing a unplanned stream here this Monday, and I know that it is a national holiday in the States, so we don't have that today. It's just me having my weekly day off, as I don't work Monday and Friday. So yeah, I was thinking that I wanted to make up for all of my canceling, and knowing that I might be canceling some streams this week, I was thinking that it might be a good idea just to do a couple of these and unplanned. And I have a couple of hours. I think I can spare the energy for you guys. So welcome in, and I hope you are doing good. I want to fetch one thing before we start. Not have a lot, but I do have some of these scented parties, and it's just to not to just have it and don't use it. So it's kind of a waste of money, I think. But I'm working on this picture. If you don't know what I'm working on, it is a diamond painting picture, and I was thinking of maybe changing the category to just chatting, to be honest. No, it's okay. We're just gonna let it be here. Hey Eula, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. How are you today? Please tell me about the sound. Can you hear me? And can you hear the music? Is it too loud? Is everything good? I am doing good today, for the most part. I think I'm in between in things at the moment. So I have like good. I won't even say good days and bad days. I actually want to say I have good moments and bad moments, and then I have these indif moments where I'm like, well, yeah, hey. So it's not like I'm not like in a I'm not going into a depression or anything, not right now anyway, but I'm just trying to take care of myself, and if I'm too tired, I'm just not gonna stream, and I need to remember that, and I'm not good at remembering things like that. I'm just trying to figure out whether I want to see, because I'm doing this with my phone and my tablet, so I have kind of a choice at the moment. I can either do this where I can see the chat, or I can see the stream. But I could no, I could just gonna hang on. Hang on. Where is it? I changed that in here. Why can't, oh well, that's probably because it's my no. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Because I can see the chat on my phone, so that would have to do, because it's really important for me to see how the stream is going with the picture and everything. To this yeah, this does anyway, there's sound there. I'm gonna get good morning, Gina, welcome in. How are you today? I'm gonna change my what I have in my multi-places. If I can kind of, yeah, just waking up, I know the feeling. I had this kind of the same feeling this morning when I was watching, no, not this one morning, was it Saturday morning? It was, when I woke up and I knew that Miss Coffee was streaming in the evening for her, but that would be very early for me, so I knew that she would be on, so like, I'm just gonna chill out here and have my eye on my ear on the chat and on the stream, and then just be. So I know that feeling. It can actually be quite soothing and relaxing to listen to a stream. So and I got Miss Coffee to be I took her by surprise actually. She told me this morning, because yesterday after the stream, I did on my stream yesterday, we rated Mace the Moose, and I was kind of, for me, Mace the Moose is one I got to know by accident, I would say, because he showed up on my suggestions, so I was like, oh, I want to see what this is about. I could see that he was playing Palia, so he couldn't be that bad. So I actually discovered a stream where it's really a soothing, nice, calming energy, and he has this whole, he says something I really like, and maybe someday I will remember to practice that too. But the whole thing is like, oh, if you're lurking, don't answer me. Just know that I appreciate you. You know, so he's really a lurk friendly stream. So I go to his stream when I need to just have a soothing voice in the ear. So I rated him yesterday, and I don't rate that often, and I think one of the reason why I don't rate that much is because usually I would be very 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 tired when I end the stream, and because it's not just it's not just, you know, pushing a button and then we go raid. It's a bit something with a tablet, a phone, and raid, and I need to be on the stream, and you know, so it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, and so I think I've done it twice, or maybe this was the third time I've done it with my layover and all that. So yeah, usually I would be rating someone like Rondo or someone I'm kind of comfortable with and know. But yesterday I took the leap of faith and rated someone who's actually quite new to me in a lot of senses. But I like the vibe that he and his girlfriend are creating. And And at that stream, Miss Coffee was there too, and she was like, "What the hell? That is Pia." So she was like, "Oh, I have never seen you raid anyone before." I was like, "No." It was also very, very new thing, but it was a good thing, and I really enjoyed it. And he got so surprised too, and I like surprise people that way. And he was like, "Oh, but I can't promise I'm gonna rate you back," and I was like, "I know you can't promise me anything, if you know, cause," and it is the challenge. The more you get to know of different streamers and stuff, the more people you want to visit, and a lot of us are actually streaming at the same time or similar times, so sometimes you have to make some hard choices, really have to make some hard choices, but yeah. So I was on the stream, what was yesterday evening, and Miss Coffee was on when I was all up this morning. She was still on, but she was not on her own stream. She was on Twisted Mode, I think it was, stream, if I recall it correctly. And so it was the first time I visited Twisted Mode. Because today was my first day. I really have like a day off where I'm not gonna clean the house, I'm not gonna wash anything. I'm actually having the day for myself, and it's been a while in really having like nothing I have to do kind of thing. There's always something you have to do, I think, but in the sense of house chores and places I need to be, and I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about that. I don't have to go anywhere, because I feel like I am I'm stressing a bit, and it's only one, you know, there's only gonna be one too many appointment in a week, and it's gonna be like, for me, oh, I can't do it. So I really enjoyed not have to go anywhere today, and I'm just gonna be chilling out. Oops. And been doing some diamond painting. I've actually been working on my diamond painting today off stream. on this one. So the plan with this one is called Songs Under the Cherry Tree, and it is by Chris Ortega. And the plan is that I'm gonna work on this one for the rest of the week, and I'm gonna try and go as far as I possibly can. And that means that hopefully, because I have only 3 rows left, and it is 3 complete rows, so hopefully I will be able to be at least 1.5 row, maybe 2 rows when I reach the end of the week. So I will have only like 1 row in the beginning of next week. And I think that's gonna be really good in sync with the arrival of my cross stitch stand. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to a lot. I did a bit of cross stitch yesterday on my Amazon, and I might be if the other standards hasn't arrived and I've done with this one, I might be doing a bit more on the Amazon, just because I actually miss sitting with the cross stitch, to be honest. So as you might have noticed, the camera setting is a bit different if you are following my stream, but it is because I'm on from my phone. I'm streaming from my phone, and it is kind of, it gets kind of the old times vibe, because this is how I did it in the beginning. So and all the way back to the YouTube, I did go live on YouTube at one point every Sunday, and this is how I did it with my cell phone. And yeah, and I started streaming on Twitch with my phone. So this is kind of nostalgical about it for me. I really like back to the root. Oh, by the way, Ula, did you finish your picture? The picture for your dad? And I'm gonna be here a couple of hours, so I'm gonna be here for for a couple of hours. It's gonna be about 3 o'clock p.m. my time. No, I still am missing a piece of cover paper, so before I'll be finished, but I think I will be finished today. Oh, nice. So Miss Coffee released together with Enablers Outpost yesterday a 2 pieces. One was a version 2 release of Empowerment, and the other one was a new release that's called Moon Goddess, I think it was. And it's an amazing picture, and I'm for sure gonna get that. And with Moon Goddess, you will get a customized pen that is made, the blank is made with inspiration of the picture. So it's gonna be, they're gonna belong together, kind of thing. I think it's not completely the same, but it's kind of the same vibe as when you buy a luxury kit from Munimade. You will get a tray that will kind of have the same vibe as the picture you buy. So I'm gonna buy that hopefully when I again will have some money for some craft things. So there's gonna be 2 things for diamond painting. I'm gonna get outside diamond art clip, and that is I want to get that one with the moon goddess that Miss Coffee released, and I'm gonna get one or two pictures from Fallon Gems, and then I will see what is. I think my diamond art club points are expiring. I think it's at the end of the year. So usually I will be using them when it's Black Friday. Not on the Black Friday, but on the sales that are usually or very often are either before or after Black Friday. So, or if one of my wish lists are like being restocked, I might be using them on that one. So I think I can redeem maybe $100 voucher or something. It's something like that. So it's quite. It is some point. I'm not gonna be diamond member next year. I don't think I will end up buying enough pictures this year to have that, but that's okay with me. It's quite okay. I don't mind. There's so much other things that is like happening in the diamond painting world, and it's not all of them. It's not surrounded around Diamond Art Club. A lot of it is not, and I like see what's happening with the diamond painting community in the sense of the new shops that come that are surfacing, and of course new artists, and of course new diamond painters too. I think it's amazing that we still can attract new diamond painters and new people that want to try this craft. I talked to Twisted Mode this morning, and she was like, "Oh, but what do you really think is the best thing about diamond painting?" And I think the best thing at the end of the day is, and I wrote this to her, that it's actually quite easy to get started quickly, and you get captivated with the fact that you with very little effort can make really, really beautiful results, and results that people are like, "Oh, this is amazing. Have you done this?" Because it looks like a lot more than it actually is. So and I got that kind of comments when I was putting the steampunk Paris I did, when I put that up on the wall in my work office. I was like, they were, "Oh, that looks amazing. Did you do that? And that looks so difficult. How could you do that?" It's like, well, yeah. And I said to one of them, I said, "Well, it's one of these things that looks so much more difficult than they are. Of course, there are some things you need to learn, but it's not like it's much harder to learn how to knit, for instance, than it is to learn how to diamond paint. And if you're new and watching this, I will reveal a small secret, and that is that price and quality are actually connected. That size does matter, and there's no wrong or right. So as long you can do the research on the internet, on the Google, on the YouTube channels, and see how people are doing things, and then try your own. Because sometimes you will be doing things out of what you have done before. I know from myself, because I have been doing a lot of beading when I was a kid and young girl. The way I structure things and the way I work has a lot to do with that. with the habits I got there, for instance, and the whole how to organize things and all that. That is just something I was born with, I think. So so yeah, I really like um, I like the way that diamond painting can still be a challenge for you, but um, it's not like a challenge in the sense that I'm like, I'm never gonna get this done because I can't do this or this or this. Uh, don't know how many sweaters I have been starting on knitting and I never finished because I can do the whole back and front and sleeves. The sleeves I was never good at until recently, but it was like, okay, I can do that because you couldn't, yeah, a lot of the recipes was like you had to kind of sew it together, or but it's the whole thing, assembling thing afterwards. I never got figured that out. So and then I'm like, I'm never gonna, even though I would consider myself a decent knitter, I'm never gonna do a sweater because I can't do that thing. However, I have been considering it because today there's so much more YouTube about how to do things than there was when I was younger and trying to knit. So it could still be an issue I would be able to handle, so to speak. Um, and I might even try and uh, knit a sweater. I actually did try and I did finish. It just never got really good. So it's just like more like a a memory piece I have put away that I wore a couple of times, but never too much because it kind of fell apart. Because I wasn't good at doing the last things to it. So maybe I should just try again and do a bit of research on how to do that. That could be. Because it's actually, doing the sweater itself was quite easy. Even the whole sleeve and all that was quite, no, not easy because I did get a bit of help, but it was not like I didn't die thing. And at the end of the day, it wasn't that was stopping me. So um yesterday on my stream I talked about, and I did a bit of, at the end of the end of the stream I did show a bit on my dreams and plans for my cross stitch, and I am gonna do much more cross stitch later in the year and next year. I think next year projects will be like, I will have one big project and then I will have a couple of smaller projects, where the smaller ones will be like lower and the big one will sadly be a one from AliExpress. I'm gonna buy a couple this year. One of them is gonna be a 50 by 50, and hopefully the other one is gonna be I think it's 65 by 110 or 20. The only thing is I don't have the frame. I'm gonna I already know that by the end of the year I'm probably gonna buy a larger frame. So I will have one that is 60 centimeter and I will have one that is 90 centimeter. And I did check with the salesperson and the owner of the shop that I bought this cross stitch stand from, that it is something I can do. It's I can just buy a new frame, a larger frame from him, and I don't have to buy a complete new stand and everything. I can just buy the frame. So I might be doing that later this year, maybe before Christmas or something, so I can give it to myself and for Christmas, and start one of the big ones in the days of Christmas. I could see that happening. So, and that is one of the reasons why I am not, doing too much or buying too many diamond paintings. So I think the amount for this year would be around between 5 and 10 pictures at the most, maybe more, closer to the 5. I think I bought 3 already, so it's gonna be, I'm probably gonna end up 7 or something I bought this year. And then I will have like but hopefully it's gonna be, I'm gonna end up with a number around between 12 and 16 pictures, because that is what I've done the other years. And some of them, like these spring showers, are not that big, so therefore there can be like room for a couple more pictures than if I'm only doing really big ones. I think I'm gonna save. I have been thinking of, because I have a couple of, I don't want to call them unicorns as I have them, but they are special pictures for me. I have my the one that's called Blue Rose, that is Laura Prindle with a horse, and I have my Spirit of Flight with Josephine Wall. And I hope those are the two I'm gonna, save for last, in that sense that I am gonna do a lot of other pictures before I do that. I think I started this year by doing a lot of Anne Stokes pictures with the dragons, and I might be doing not I think I'm gonna do a couple of Red Spanglers dragons instead of some of the masters, to be honest, because I think for next year's it will suit me so much better just to do some of the masters in between the cross stitch, instead of now I'm like, I really want to do as many pictures as possible, so I'm probably gonna go with that one instead. And another thing is, I don't know next year where I am. I might be living a different place where I don't have that much storage place. So I need to bring my stash down. So it's not just an money challenge; it's also a space challenge. I have like the free space or the space now, but it's more. I'm not. There's no guarantee I'm gonna have that in the future, to be honest. So. Let's turn up the music a bit. I think I'm gonna turn the music up here a bit, and then just do a couple, maybe do, 10 minutes. I think I'm gonna just focus a bit on the diamond painting, and I won't be talking that much. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So just gonna turn this down a bit. I'm just gonna say it's a really hard thing for me not to say anything. So when I decide not to say anything, suddenly there's 1,000 things I want to say, and when I am talking, I'm kind of struggling sometimes to figure out what to talk about. So yeah, it's a thing. But one thing I need to is to find something to drink. Yes. I get so thirsty of when I stream. Don't worry, it's a non-sugar thing. In case you should worry. So, I don't know about you, but sometimes I can get kind of a thing about watching special kind of videos. It could be like with horses or with dogs, or I had a time where I was like most into watching things that Cesar Milan posted, or I was following a girl that was talking about a lot about horse, commenting on people that put different horse videos up and stuff like that. So, and at the moment, I have two things I like to devour when I go YouTube jumping, and one of them is following the King's Royal riding horse guards in England and Great Britain, and there's both things. There's the funny things and what the funny things that horses do, but it does sadden me that people have so little respect for the fact that it's not. I mean, it's not like a museum. They're not mannequins. It's actually working soldiers being on guard and taking care of the royal house. And it's like tourists really don't grasp that. And I think at least no matter whether it's an actual soldier or it's an actor or whatever, do respect them. I mean, sometimes I feel like people just in general, when I see this video, that's I know it's a lot of general, just talking in general terms, but a lot of these videos are like showing people being very disrespectful towards the guards and the horses, and that saddens me, because these guards are taking their jobs very seriously, and they're very proud of what they do, and so should you. I mean, maybe not that guard in particular, but just as a thing, soldiers has been the reason why we have freedom of speech, and the amount of freedom a lot of the Western citizens are enjoying and taking for granted was paid by blood, by other by soldiers before us. So, I mean, people tend to forget that, and the young people especially. I saw a video about from the what is it called? The unmarked grave for American soldiers that were lost in combat. We have a similar memorial thing in Denmark where you can go and honor the people that did pay with their blood to fight for freedom and people's rights and human rights and all that. And I think that in a way that we do owe to respect, no matter how and what we believe in. We do owe to respect those people that actually died for a cause. Some respect. So yeah, I just want to put that out there today, where I know it's a Memorial Day in the States, that I have the deepest respect for all of the around in the world that serve a country that and are fighting for human rights and the right for just being a human being, without any being put to jail just because you are thinking differently, looking differently, and all that. So yeah. And the other thing is, I do get to see a lot at the moment, a lot of videos criticizing the professional riding sports, and because they are not treating the horses right, and that makes me happy and sad at the same time. I'm happy that someone is raising their voice. I'm sad that someone has to raise their voice. It should be necessary. We should all be like it should be so natural to treat our animals with love and care instead of beating them with a whip. But again, I don't have to look far. I just have to look in my own country and see what is the first they on the most of the schools or places that teach children how to ride horses. The first they give them after they have give them a saddle and the tack gear, then the next they give them is a whip. And then after a while they will give them spurs. I mean, why? And what I don't get is that as a kid you need to learn how to ride. That's a good thing. But what do they expect you to use the whip for? Hitting yourself when you make mistakes? Because you can't blame the horse. The horse is only doing what you tell it to do. So, and if you don't have what it takes to lead a horse, yeah, there might be horses that will take the lead themselves. So some people only think on money instead of the animals. You are so right, Ulla. You're so right. And I think in the competition world, it is a lot to do. The higher you get, the more pro you get, the more money there will be with sponsors and everything. And the more important that is that you actually show some results instead of taking care of your animals. I mean, I am not a competition rider by far. But as I know, because I have talked to a lot of people that do ride in the competition, and I know that for a fact that none of the programs they are riding are describing that they need to, hey baby, look who's on a visit, is describing it as you need to make the horse suffer so that its tongue get blue, and need to yank the rein so hard that it bleeds from the mouth, and I don't think it says that. in any of the instruction on how to write the different programs when you are writing competition. Yeah, he's looking good today. He was out in the rain, and the older he gets, the more he hates the rain. No, slut. Jeg ved godt, og det er kun Ulla, jeg snakker med, men du kan godt lægge dig ned alligevel. Læg dig ned. Læg dig. Yeah. So he really, really hates the rain, and the older he gets, the more he hates it, I think. So it did rain. My forecast on my phone wasn't as correct as usually, because usually I can actually, if it says it's gonna rain 10:30, it will rain 10:30. So I actually try and plan so I could go out and walk the dog before the rain, but the forecast was completely wrong. So we ended up walking in the rain, and the dog was walking along the house, and he was actually peeing along the house, because that would be in where the rain couldn't catch him. So yeah, that yeah, it is what it is. And then he was like, okay, now he has to go into rain, but there's nothing there. It's not like he don't want to play or don't want to do anything. I sent him out on a search mission, and he did that happily. There's nothing there, but it's just a whole vibe about getting outside and out to the walk from the indoor to the outside till you get out to the pavement and the road. It's like, as long as we are in our driveway, it's like, ugh, rain. But as soon as we get out, it's like, oh yeah, okay, it's raining. And it's like he knows. There's not gonna be a turn back. But we could, with my husband's old dog Sipper, we could like show him it's raining, and he would be like, okay, we're not going anywhere. But I can show my dog Arthur, I can show it rains, and he would still be, yeah, let's go. And as soon as we go out, he'd be like, oh, by the way, I don't like rain. No, I know you don't like rain. And he will be looking at me every time now, like it's you're doing, you stop this. But I didn't do the rain. So yeah, so he was quite wet when we came home. So he got his coat on. He has like an overcoat I can put on him that will help dry really fast, and it takes most of the smell of wet dog. Yeah, of course you can smell the wet dog if you go up close and personal on him, but it's not like the whole house to smell like wet dog. And he had to. I gave him some eardrops, so hopefully we can kind of prevent it from getting a bit of infected the ear. So now he's just in the waiting position for that to come home. It's around an hour, I think, or so. Ula's dog doesn't like the rain either. So if you ask him if you want to go out, he's like, oh, he just have to go. Yeah. So he really want to. Then he's just gonna go fast, and it's just gonna get over with. Like thing. The worst thing that can happen is if it start raining, and this can happen in the summertime, like it can rain, can be dry, and then suddenly you can actually get almost rain from a clear sky. Anyway, you can in Denmark, and then I tried it a couple of times with my dog, and he would be like looking at me and be like, what the actual hell did you do? All right, I didn't do anything. And he will really look like, you did this, stop it, make it stop now, like right now. I'm like, but I can't make it stop, stupid dog. Oh man. So this part I'm working on here on the lady here is a bit like, I work actually on a really big piece. Usually I would be working on what will be like the same size as the cover paper, but because it's the whole, it's like the shoulder from shoulder thing here, and it's like connected all of it, so in the color scheme. So I thought I might as well just maybe not do the whole thing in one, but I'm gonna do a slow extension, I think. So I'm gonna take it here, because from here that will be like new colors, and this from here is like the same color, so we're gonna go here. And I think it's kind of funny that the dogs can be like, oh, rain, because I mean, at least for the flat coated, they actually are, born to be happy for water. They have like swim skin between their toes and stuff like that, so they can actually swim really good. And it's not like Arthur don't like water, but if it's gonna, it's not funny when it comes from above. That one thing. Another thing is, if it's just like a little bit of water, like a puddle, he will be like, ooh, my feet get wet, and he will not walk in it unless I make him walk in it. But if we go down to the beach, you can't almost hold him back. He will be very, very busy getting out to the water, again into the water, and he don't care. Like, I'm just gonna jump into the water. So it's not like he don't like water. It's just like, if we get to a really big puddle thing, if it's been raining a lot, so it's not a lake, but you know it's a big puddle. Then he can be more like, oh, let's go in. Let me go in that. But because my old dog, the one I had before him, I have now, he was the smallest tiny puddle of water after rain, he would be all crazy about and would have to like dip his nose in it and sniff to it and walk around in it and be like, oh, water. This one is like, ooh, water, oh, my paws get wet. I'm like, you are a water dog. Don't worry, you're not gonna drown. Yeah. is not reasonable. So you can actually be very, very afraid for things that other would be like, why are you afraid of that? So yeah, there's not a reasonable thing about being afraid, and I know it's not reasonable. I know it makes no sense if you think of it. Why should I usually say sharks to my husband when we talk about it? And he said, because I know there's sharks in Denmark, in the Danish waters around surrounding Denmark's border. So I know there's sharks here. And I'm like, yeah, you don't know if I get bitten or eaten by a shark. And he'd be like, I think the shark is more scared of you, to be honest. Yeah, yeah, probably, right, no. So, and the funny thing is, I have been able to swim since I was like 7. So it's not because I can't swim. And it's not because I have I've never been to a beach or haven't, and I can actually at some point go for a swim at the beach, but it's gonna be really clear the water, and I have to be really sure what is in the water. But your husband gets bit by the crabs when he's in the water. It's like they're just gonna wait for him to walk into the water, and they'll be like, attack. There will be whole commando raids. Yeah, that's how I would feel. They will single me out from everyone else in the water, and they would attack me. Oh man, and that's what I mean by there's nothing, it's not making sense at all. It's not making sense. However, what is making sense is that if we're talking about mosquitoes, for instance, then I can be sure if I am at a place where there are mosquitoes, together with other people, they won't get one bite, but I will get all of them. It's really like that. The best anti-mosquito oil I ever bought is called jungle oil, and it's from Sweden. And you can't buy it here in Denmark anymore because I think there's things in that are against the EU regulations or something. Yeah, then you and I, Ulla, we can just sit in the same place and see, and then count the mosquito bites and see how many, who of us will get the most bites. Last time, no, not last time, but one of the times I was at my doctor's, I was gonna have my prescription renewed on my allergy medication, and I was like, I need my allergy medication, and he says, oh yeah, why is it you get that? I said, it's because I have an allergy to mosquitoes, and he says, there is no such thing. He had just had he had been at a conference with one that was specialized in the whole allergies aspect, and he said there is actually not a thing about mosquitoes and allergy. The thing about mosquitoes is that some people do have a more do react more to the bite than others, and I'm like, okay, then I do react a lot more than others. He laughed at me. I said, well, no matter what, it's still, it might not be an allergy per se, but if I do take the allergy medication, it actually does help, because I can get really like feeling really not well if I get too many mosquito bites, or if I do get a really bad reaction to it, and it's not like I'm not dying. It's not like I can't breathe. It's just I feel really bad, woozy and lightheaded and stuff like that, and just in overall not really feeling good. So then I would usually take some allergy medication that doesn't make me too tired. So that's why I get it on prescription. And that kind of clears it up. I do get tired of it, but not crazy tired. So actually yesterday I got a mosquito bite on my elbow, and it annoys me. It hasn't swollen too much, so it must be. I don't think. I think they just woke up or something. I think in the late summer, Indian summer, if you get that, they are really more aggressive, the mosquitoes here in Denmark, and I react a lot more to the bites. But I will also say that it depends. It's really vary from year to year how much I react to the mosquitoes. So some of it I think also must have to do with how hungry they are, or life of cycle thing. Ula says that she had some years where the mosquitoes, they would bite her in the night, and then she would wake up next morning, and it would be all swollen, and then after a couple of hours it would disappear. Okay, I tried that once when I was a kid. A mosquito bite me very close to my eye, and it got so swollen that it closed my eyes, and that was when we discovered that I do react very much to the mosquito bites. But that didn't go away. I think 3 weeks or something. So that was really. It didn't itch as much as I recall it, but I was still a kid. Then a couple of years I got some supplements. I got extra vitamin B that should help. It didn't. They tested horrible. So I stopped, but that was only after I moved out from my home. I kind of stopped taking those. And then for the most part, I actually have just been like taking more like I haven't been taking allergy medication for it. I was more like just getting some cream to take the itch when as afterwards. So the allergy medication was after, I think it was, what have I been taking that? Past 10 years or so, maybe 15 years. Because at one time no, that's been longer time, because it was after there was an Indian summer we had, and I remember I was living by myself, and I woke in the night and it was hot, and I turned on the light in my bedroom, and I looked up on the wall, and it was packed with mosquitoes. So I just went mosquito hunting that night. And even though I had closed all the windows and everything, um, I couldn't like I couldn't close it, completely because I needed fresh air too. So I just had to kind of close them as much as I could, and then roll the blinds down. And I got over 20 mosquito bites that night on my legs. The most of them were on my legs, and I really got sick. I felt so bad, like I felt nauseous and lightheaded, and really like well, just feeling like you're not well feeling. So I went to the doctor and he gave me some allergy medication. So yeah. And that helps. It doesn't take the edge, I would say, but it takes that I feel like I am really gonna be sick. And keel over every minute, so yeah. So my husband is on the way back from the hospital. He had some um, examinations he had to go to, and they had to do a scan and different things for his. It's not for his gallbladder because he doesn't have that anymore, but it's like the aftermath that they're gonna do a bit of examination and stuff, test on him to see if there's something wrong. Oh, we know there's something wrong, but it's more that if there's anything they can do to help him. So he's been there. I've been using a couple of hours, 4 hours in the hospital. And we're like, okay. I wrote to him, did they give you a bed, or did they, where are you? Like, because I asked him when he got the appointment whether he wanted me to be there or not, but he didn't. So I was like, okay, no problem. I think he's like, I'm a big boy. I can go to that kind of things myself. But I think in a way he might have wanted me there today just to keep him company, because it's so boring just to sit and wait for things to happen. So, but he just wrote to me that he's all done and on his way home. So it's gonna be he's gonna be home around 3 o'clock. So that's gonna be quite okay with the whole thing falling into place. So yeah. So if you're watching this on the VOD, thanks for watching, and I hope you will enjoy being here. And just know that if you follow me and hit the notification button, it will tell you next time I am going live, and it will be. Yeah, I hope they can help him too. So that so you get a notification next time I'm going live. I will be doing these unplanned lives during the weeks. So, and unplanned means that there will be weeks I will maybe have one or between 1 and 3 streams. If I'm not working, I might be doing more, and these days where I am working, I will be only doing 1 or 0. So, and then I'm gonna say, because actually last time I talked about this, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be for sure on Fridays, but I will say the only sure thing is Sunday. Sunday is gonna be the sure thing. In the way that it's gonna be, I'm really pushed to the limit if I ain't streaming on Sundays. So Fridays can still be like up in the air because it depends on how I am, using my days off to put all the appointments I can there. Hello, Steeler. How are you today? How are you doing? Læg dig ned. Læg dig ned. Did you have a good time with your son yesterday? Læg dig ned. Arthur, læg dig ned. You just got up to start your day? But you're having day off today because it's Memorial Day? Oh yeah, it's 7:15 now. Or something in that area. It's morning. It is morning. I succeeded in in surprising Miss Coffee yesterday. She told me today. Oh, that is so nice, Stila. Might be off, depends if bookkeeper works and I get emails. Ooh. Yeah. But I won't be here for long anyway, because my husband is on his way home from hospital. So he's been, he had some different things to looked into today. So depending on the traffic, he will be home and about around 3 p.m. and that means 40 minutes or so. Yeah, it's because he got his when he got his gallbladder removed. He never fully recovered afterwards, and then he did a bit of research himself, and he found that a very small amount of people actually ends up having what they call gallbladder diarrhea, and he has tried different things, and none of them has been really good, and so now he's into to get. They gave him a pill, so and then they have been scanning him to see how it moves, and then he's gonna go in again in a couple of days to get a new scan to see how his system is working, and so we will see. Hopefully. Yeah, it does so. I mean, it's we have been talking about, maybe it was also what made him really tired earlier or before, because he didn't get all of the nutrition from the food because it almost went through faster than he could digest it. So it's been like there has not been any consistency about what he could or couldn't eat. So no matter what it is he's eating, it's just been, it's just been the same picture, so to speak. He he does today. He does get some kind of thing he needs to drink in the evening, and it does help a bit, but not much, not much. So it was so bad at one point that he was like, oh, I would say he just get used to, for instance, not to eat eat lunch when he's out in the weekdays, because he's driving so much around. He has to be, he can't know when he is around a toilet or bathroom. I'm sending out positive and good luck vibes. Y'all been really going through it late. Yeah. And I think, Stila, to be honest, is why I am a bit like exhausted, and I think I'm a bit more exhausted than I realized, and it is why I kind of I just said that, well, the only sure thing is my Sunday stream, and everything else is gonna be almost unplanned, because I can't tell the days on forehand when it's gonna be a good day or bad day, when I will have the energy for the stream or not have the energy for the stream. Today I had a bit more, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go online and do a bit streaming while I do my diamond painting and just entertain a bit. And if people can't see me right there when I stream, they will able to see the VOD later, and that would be all good and dandy, and I will still be here like thing. Yeah, and I know I'm stressed. I know my body's stressed. I'm just, sometimes one thing is knowing, another thing is accepting, and take it all in. Because I'm a woman, and women, we are the strong part of a relationship for the most part. So I just had to like kind of accept and take in that I am really worn out, and if I feel drained, there's a good reason for why I feel drained. There's a good reason why I have these huge pikes in my pains. So I have days where I have so many pains that so long a time since I had that last. So now I'm like, oh shit, I thought I had like a new thing going on with my back or my body. I was like almost panicking, full blown panic attack. But I was like, and then I just took one or two couple of extra breathing, and I like, okay, I might just be stressed. Yep, the neutral caretakers and put ourselves to the background too much. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not like my husband is not strong, because he is strong in his own way. But we are natural caretakers, and we just, like I said, I was talking with my where I ride. I have a good friend out there, and like I said, we're just like not just caretakers, but we are very practical about things. So if we have if there is a problem, we will look on how can we resolve it. How can we do the whole down to you have to move over there, or you have to move the chair or table or whatever, till the whole emotional aspect in it. So we're kind of thinking the whole thing, and I think we often use much more energy than we are aware of. So yeah. I will say that my husband is like, when it comes to just in general, he is on a good path, and then of course give me some free space, but yeah, it is what it is, and we're just gonna go through this too, I think. Um, yeah, facts. Life, life. So, but I do think that a lot of weight has been lifted off his shoulders on the very personal base, because the big union actually acknowledged him and said, we're gonna take your case and we're gonna take it to court, um, and we do think that you have a case here. There's always the risk of there's no guarantee for winning, but there is a case, and you have a good reason for feeling that you have been treated unjustly. So instead of the other place were like immediately taking employer's side, this was actually taking his side. So I'm definitely an overthinker. Try to cover too many bases, if you know what I mean. Absolutely. Yeah, and I do forget. I actually said that to to my friend yesterday. I think I'm an overthinker. I do think a lot on too much on everything, and try to be on top of everything. But I also think it's a lot to do with when the few times I haven't, things go to hell. So I'm like, I can't. I feel like I can't afford it. I think that's what I go with. I can't afford that if I let go of the reins, it's gonna end up in completely, total, and utterly chaos. And yeah. Oh, that's some kind of good news. Glad he was recognized as in having a case. Absolutely. Exactly. We have to think. Yeah. Yeah, I think it does, because the other one, they were really hard on his self-esteem. So I think that just the fact that that a big union, they actually was like, well, you have a case here, and they did point out some different things that I have pointed out as just a common sense thing. Um, and they asked him, said, okay, how many has been fired and shown the door with this as a background of your team? Only one. So that does also sound like a bit of a personal thing. So yeah. And to be honest, because I think that his old workplace think that they have like scared him away. They could scare the smaller union away and be like more convincing. Now they have to convince a person that actually know what he's doing. Um, so I think that really, there's some weight behind it. And from what my husband told, he actually knows this new case handler, we could call him, knows actually, he has been handling similar cases before and won the cases. And that was very, very clear from the conversation that my husband told about. He have had with this person, that he knew what he was talking about. He knew about how this service business is working. He know what is their strengths and weaknesses is, and he know about this problem they have. So they can't, from the old workplace, can't like come and say and try and tell him a story, and he would be like, oh yeah, sure. He will, on the other hand, maybe be asking some more questions. So, what I could imagine would happen is when they see that this bigger union is connected and they actually have say yes to take the case, that they might be trying to compromise. Because the next thing is, um, if they are being very not willing to cooperate, they they will just make it a much stronger case for my husband. So because then it's like you have something to hide since you don't want to give us those papers. For instance, he want to ask for the original GPS papers. Yeah, I was just did I put the wrong thing, but I didn't. Is this one? No. Was that the wrong color? No. It's a really Stila, this picture here is really beautiful. She looks so amazing. It's kind of funny because when Miss Coffee is talking about these POC characters, person of colors, but I'm like, is that inclusive the Asian is the Asian people, or is it just the African American, the black community? I'm like, what? Because I feel like I miss pictures of the Asian people, to be honest. So I've actually been thinking of trying to maybe I should try and draw to, because that seems to be the way to promote your own race. But I do have a point there, don't I? Because people of colors or person of color, POC should be everyone but the white people, right? So that must mean the Asian people and the Mexican people, It just made me think the other day. Because I think that, and since she's been talking about it, I actually thought of it, and was made me think, and that's one of the reasons why I do like Miss Coffee a lot. Is she makes me think, and one of the things was that, like, so how many Asian people do I see that does not look like a geisha, or a comic book thing, or a manga book thing, or as you know, an actual person. It's not that many. It's not that many. But of course, if I look on the movies, it's only in very recent years that, for instance, the Korean movies has entered the market. I feel that that's the case. Yeah. I mean, so so I also think that there's probably some kind of a process, or it's not, these things does not happen overnight. I know of that, but so yeah, maybe I should try and see if I could learn myself to draw faces, and draw, like, my race, the Asian people. I think my challenge is that when I look out of my eyes, I see everything with Danish eyes, and I actually don't see myself in that sense like an Asian girl. You know, I'm just a smaller version of a Danish girl. So it's only when I look in my mirror, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, there's something about my eyes and my hair color, but beside that, and my skin color. Because how I grew up, yeah, exactly. I never felt 100% Danish in the sense that I was only gonna look myself in the mirror and be like, okay, I can never be 100%. I will always have a percentage of me that will be from Korea. So, and that percentage is like through the years been different. At one point, I think it was a 90/10. Then when I was in my late 20s, I would say it was more like I was 70% Danish, 30% Korean. Today, I think it's more like I have a balance. I won't say I'm a 50-50 person because I'm not. But I would say that maybe I'm back to 80-20 or 70-30 or something. Hello, welcome back, Tina. So I think that it's still a big part of me that is a Korean. When my little sister was little, she didn't know she was black. When she got teased at school, I felt horrible that we didn't know more about her culture and she was unaware of who she was. Yeah, I mean, the problem for me, I try to find information about Korea really early. Um, as I started really quite early to be good at reading, so I tried to find some literature about it, but there wasn't that much because Korea, after the Korean War, kind of closed the borders to the outside world to try and find a way to come back, and they did with a vengeance. But so that means that there was actually not much in I could find about it. She came home and asked if she was black one day. Oh, bless her. Well, I was 3 or 4 when I came in, and this is something my mom told me, but I came in from playing outside with the other kids on we were living on a small road where there was closed at the end of the road, so there's only one way in. Um, and I came in crying, and I said, they say that you are not my real mom and dad. And I was, of course, convinced that my mom and dad was my real mom and dad. And they were like, your mom and dad are not your real mom and dad. And I think I think my mom told me that I have been a bit like, yeah, of course, because I can tend to be a bit stubborn when it takes me. So I kind of know that another feeling, but the thing about you think that the world is one way, and then others say, well, it's not. Um, So they told me at that point they took the family pictures and showed me from where I came and where I came from, and showed me the passport I had and the papers, and told me the stories about how it came to be me and all that. Um, so when I started dating my husband, and we became an item, I said to him, I just want to let you know, because you told me your son, the youngest one, is with donor, so that means you're not his biological dad. I think just the important thing is that as soon as he can grasp the whole concept about where kids are coming from, how they are made, that you tell him how he was made. Um, and if you do that at the right time, that means then when he's quite young, to be honest, he will just be like, oh, okay, and then he will move on. Cause kids at that age don't think too much. It's just gonna be a part of their life, so to speak. And like it's been like this always thing. So he did. I think he was 9 or 10. No, 9, I think. When we told him, and I was there, and we talked about me being adopted and not having my biological parents, and that he had his biological moms, but hello, Bench, welcome in, and thanks for stopping by. Good to see you here. How are you today? So, because it's in that sense, it's so much easier to talk about it when it's so obvious, like if your kid looks like me, or if it's a very dark skinned kid, then and the parents are very light skinned. Well, that makes the conversation will be needed at one point very early, to be honest. Just going to get my painting set up so I can paint along. Perfect, Bench. You are, as always, welcome. Um, but for instance, with my youngest stepson, you can't see on him that he's not that my husband is not his biological dad. That would be something he would maybe figure out on his own when we were talking about medical history or something like that. But other than that, he wouldn't. And I think that's how, for instance, some of the Danish adoptions sometimes go wrong, in the sense that people wait too long to tell the kids that are adopted, like it's a shameful thing. And it doesn't have to be. Um, it doesn't have to be at all shameful to be adopted. But at one point it was in Denmark, of course, like it's been in other countries. The whole alone mother thing and all that. But today it shouldn't be. I mean, but there's still some labels put on the whole adoption things, unfortunately. So yeah. Okay. I am going to I am going to end this stream very soon, Bench, but it is what it is. I'm happy you stopped by. Because my husband is on his way home. He's been having different examinations and things he had to go through today. So when he does arrive, I am going to end the stream, so I can hear what he's been going through. But and that is going to be around here 3 p.m. my time, and that means in 15 minutes or so. But but the 15 minutes I am here and you are here. Enjoy. Um I actually think that was his car, if I'm not mistaken. No, I might be mistaken. No, it wasn't. It was a neighbor. Okay. So I don't think I'm gonna come on more unplanned stream because tomorrow I'm gonna be out of the home working, and then I will be working Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm gonna see how things are. Well, it's great to see you regardless of the time. Yeah, exactly. So So I did say earlier today on the stream in the beginning, I'm gonna repeat myself again now that the only sure thing at the moment, and probably for the next couple month or two, is that I'm streaming on the Sunday. I need really to take a good, deep feel on myself. How am I doing? How is my mental health? How is my physical health? Do I have the spoons or the resources or the energy to go on stream, or I'm more into just sit and do diamond painting and or cross stitch or whatever for myself. But so I will try and be a sure thing on the Sundays, and a more surprising things during the week. I wish it was differently, but it's not, and yeah, it is what it is, and it's just life. And I'm just trying to take care of myself and be sure that that there are something left for the future, future streams. So I'm not running myself completely into the ground just because I wanna. I think I wanna satisfy people that doesn't want to be satisfied in the way that I sometimes think people have expectations to me that they don't, because they first and more foremost will be like, take care of yourself and we will be here when you're here. Yeah, it's a me thing. Isn't what you say? It's a me thing. It's not a you thing. It's a me thing. So yeah. But it's been nice just been hanging out a bit, doing some diamond painting, and you know, and I really enjoy that I can do this just without the too big of arm movements. I can just log on with my phone and sit in my living room and talk with you, with whoever is stopping by and saying hi to me. That I enjoy a lot. And of course, this will stay up on as a VOD in here on stream for a week, and then I will move it to my YouTube channel. So they will be available to watch there if and I'm not editing anything in my VOD, so that means that whatever is said, done, or here is just completely transferred uncensored to the YouTube. So just letting you know. But I did get some things done today. Quite a big piece here. A lot of this is color blocking. It's the same color. So I'm working with 4 colors here on this piece here. So it's quite okay. It means that it does move a bit faster. So I probably will end up today at least be very close to have this done, this part here, or maybe the whole shoulder part too. We will see how much is gonna be. But it does, no doubt about it, does move on, and the progress is much more visible when it's color blocking than when it is confetti. So yeah. So, but we are not gonna read out today. Not today. Um, not today. I think I will try and make it a Sunday thing, as much as I can. Because I do have a bit more to move around when it comes to energy and things like that on the Sunday stream. So, and this is the thing, just because my body is like a bit overworked. I really tired out fast. So at the moment, I'm like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna end the stream, and then I'm gonna talk to my husband, and then I'm gonna have a nap and sleep for a couple of hours, get up and get the rest of the evening done. And it's just how it is to be me. And sometimes it can be frustrating that I really need to sleep that much, because I don't think of my day being very action packed or draining or anything. But no matter how much or how little I do during the day, when I reach this time around 3 p.m., I am tired. It's just how it is at the moment, and it's been like this for the longest time. So I think it's kind of a pattern, or yeah, a cycle my whole system is in. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm not gonna get to a point right now where I can be like, where usually I would be like, okay, I just need to finish with this color, but we're not getting there within the next couple of hours anyway. So for you that stopped by, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're watching this on a VOD, thank you for doing that. My dog is very happy for you stopping by. He's also saying thank you for stopping by. Hold it. Good to see you, Steven. Good to see you here. Holding the phone. Oh yeah, it's one of the perks being in here, that he has a little more access to his mom than he has when I'm in the other room. I hope you get some rest and have a lovely night. Thank you, Bench. Thank you, and thank you for stopping by. All of you take care out there, and we'll be seeing each other somewhere in Twitchland. Hopefully I will see you again during the week, or else we are going. I will be back Sunday. See you. Bye.